Rather than eating a family-size bag of Doritos in 20 minutes, what are some healthy snack alternatives that can be consumed in large amounts? Frozen grapes. They're like little slushy bites. My sensitive teeth cry every time I read about frozen grapes. Since a few months ago I've had this massive food craving and sweet tooth where I just want to eat everything in sight 24/7 even when I'm super full and I've overeating. Seriously, I was eating like half a bag of chips, 10 cookies, candy bars, ice cream, and also eating way more at lunch and dinner than I needed to all in one day. I also had like 2 midnight snacks every day of processed frozen food like pizza rolls and tater tots. I just couldn't stop eating and I kept trying to make myself stop because I was gaining weight and I knew eating like a crazy madman like that could affect me badly. And it did just that. 3 weeks ago my constant overeating and eating junk food gave me a horrible bout of acid reflux that still hasn't gone away. I constantly felt like I had something stuck in my throat and I would feel food traveling up and down my chest bringing me horribly uncomfortable sensations. I would have stabbing pains in my chest that would alternate between feelings of little pins stabbing my chest everywhere to regurgitation. Long story short, it was terrible and that helped me to fix my diet really quick because if I ate the wrong food I would be in for an hour of hell on top of my already constant pain. Seriously, before I got acid reflux I was having so much trouble controlling myself because losing weight wasn't a big enough motivator for me to stop eating, so in some ways the acid reflux was a blessing in disguise. Anyways, I went on a diet of only eating rice and certain green vegetables and 1 apple a day and I had to avoid pretty much everything else. I made the mistake of eating grapes one day and my acid reflux spiked up so badly I was just sitting in pain for the next 3 hours and I couldn't move or focus on anything. But my point of this is that the acid reflux really helped me to change my diet and to stop snacking all the time. I was also really afraid to overeat, so I would eat a little less than I needed. At first it was tough because I felt hungry all the time, but after the first week it got more manageable. And it's only been 3 weeks and I've already lost weight by eating smaller portions more frequently. I've gone from 2 large meals a day with a bunch of snacks to 5 small meals a day and only eating during the day. I make it a point to stop eating after 8 p.m. and to go to sleep around 11 or 12. I feel like these lifestyle changes are also helping, so my answer to you would be to stop snacking and stop eating at night and eat meals more frequently. That way you won't feel the need to snack on anything since you'll be eating every 2 to 3 hours. But most importantly, you have to make sure to eat way less at your meals. I eat like 1/3 of what I used to at each meal, but at the end of the day I still eat the same amount I used to because I'm eating more frequently. I used to go for a family-sized bag of salt and vinegar, shred it without realizing until last bits, switched out for jars or pickles. Worked like a charm. It solved that crispy sour tangy craving and zapped calories. I'm down at least 40 pounds since I swapped to pickles a few years back. I love peanut butter, but I can't justify 190 calories for 2 tablespoons. Go get some PB2. It's only 50 calories for 2 tablespoons. Smear that stuff on apples, celery, bananas, bread, and everything else you own because it is miraculous. Jerky is surprisingly lower calorie than you'd expect. And surprisingly more expensive than you think. Probably not the answer you're looking for, but anything consumed out of moderation is going to be, in some way, bad for you. Consuming a lot of fruits will net you a lot of sugars. Consuming a lot of vegetables will net you a lot of fiber. I probably don't need to elaborate on the other food groups. I thought I would mention that to people who mention cucumbers as a good option. Cucumbers are gas-forming, so there's that. Instead of consuming large amounts of food, psychologically, pour out your big bag of Doritos in a smaller bowl and it should help you consume less. Also, proteins are known to give a quicker feeling of fullness, curbing how much you would feel like you need to eat. A bowl of rice is great if you want to eat 1,000 of something. Grapes. I take them all off the stems when I buy a bunch and put them in a bowl in the fridge. I just take the bowl out and munch on those when I want to snack on something mindlessly. Also, maybe not as healthy as you would like, but way better than Doritos is tortilla chips and guacamole. Better if you get a baked variety, but I just do regular chips. The guacamole fills you up pretty quick, so you don't really eat as many chips anyways. You take the grapes off the stems. I like to hold the entire bunch in front of my face and pluck them off with my lips like I'm a Roman emperor. It's fun, bro. Cutie oranges. They're like 90 calories a piece and also still orange. Salt and vinegar almonds. They taste better than the chips. Until the roof of your mouth is raw. If you want a crunchy alt to Doritos, and this is gonna sound crazy, there are things called hippies. Puffed chickpea flour things that come in white cheddar flavor. I swear they are delicious. I'm pregnant and was craving Cool Ranch Doritos, but wanted to be good. These absolutely satisfied my craving and were maybe even tastier. No joke, I ate an entire watermelon in one sitting. Niagara Falls was later released that day. Yeast flakes. Absolutely love them. If you want to have the umami experience of a lifetime, try this. Popcorn sprinkled with soy sauce and nutritional yeast. It's the business. Even if it's a weird combo. I don't have a suggestion, but I feel personally attacked by how accurate this request is. Make a bean salad from black beans, white beans, red beans, peppers, onions, and dressing. Eat a half cup and feel amazing. It'll pressure wash your insides and you'll feel full longer. Just reading this made me fart. Generally when I get like that, I eat a big bowl of either cooked Brussels sprouts, carrots, or broccoli, or raw carrots, tomato, or carrot sticks. Nothing like eating like a pound of Brussels sprouts in a sitting. I would need a new pair of pants after eating a pound of Brussels sprouts. Pineapple is surprisingly low calorie for sweetness. I like pickles. They give the salt and crunch of a chip but with the pickle of a pickle. I don't know about healthy, but a good snack choice in my opinion is shelled sunflower seeds. Yes, there's a ton of sodium, but it takes forever to shell and eat an entire bag of them. So if you're a boredom eater like me, they're great to have around just because of the fact that you're barely even eating anything at all. Plus you could get a low sodium bag, I suppose. Broccoli and cauliflower with some Parmesan cheese is pretty solid. Especially if you roast the broccoli. I recently discovered how easy it is to roast broccoli and can't believe the calorie difference between roasted broccoli with olive oil and steamed with butter. And it's so much more delicious. Roast any kind of vegetable to unlock the superior form of that veggie. Brussels sprouts cooked the normal way of boiling are disgusting little balls of leafy fart. But if roasted, they're absolutely delicious. Whenever I'm craving chocolate, I find that a handful of peanuts and dried fruit gives me the short-term energy boost my body needs to get me to the store to buy chocolate. Salted cucumber drizzled with raspberry vinaigrette. Garlic pickle slices. Popcorn. Veggies with dip. I make a homemade ranch with ranch powder mix and low-fat Greek yogurt that is really good. There are a lot of different options. Lately I have also been eating gluten-free crackers. I think the brand is Milton's, with low-fat Laughing Cow spreadable Swiss cheese on them. They are really filling and are a great choice if you want the texture and flavor of chips. Definitely not healthy, though, but I really like crackers and cheese. And I am having to do away with gluten for my autoimmune diet, so it's healthier than the alternative for me at least. Not sure how healthy they are, but roasted, salted almonds help me through the day. Eat a handful and drink some water and you will feel pretty satiated for a bit. A head of iceberg lettuce. All the crunch. None of the calories. No massive nacho taste. Leftovers of actual meals. You'll get a lot more value and taste this way than any snack type thing will accomplish. Personally, I food prep far in advance, so I've always got something to reheat and eat at any time. Plain popcorn. A cup of air popcorn only has 31 calories, and high in fiber. Studies have found that popcorn will fill you up more than other popular snacks such as potato chips. It is also high volume, having pretty much the same nutritional value as a popcorn kernel. It's also delicious. Probably celery or cucumber. You might be able to get away with watermelon as well. I once went through 3.5 watermelons a week. Watermelon is great. Get yourself a dehydrator and dry up some meat. Grape halves, bananas, apples with cinnamon, etc. The chewiness from the dried product will keep your mouth satisfied for a while. I've even dried up carrot pieces, spinach, peppers, Then bought a Krups brand coffee bean blender for like $20, then turned them into powder and snuck them into meals. You don't know how many times I made mac and cheese from the box and snuck in a ton of carrot powder and no one noticed. You can dry up bacon, sprinkle it on some popcorn. Make cheap jerky by using ground meat, seasoning it, then rolling it into little tubes about the size of a straw and drying them up. That is way better than eating the Doritos, trust me. Heck, you can make your own dried cheese and powder it up. Add some dried jalapenos to it and sprinkle it on popcorn or straight up munch on the powder. Fruit is where it's at. Was bored, so did some math. One serving of Doritos is 1 ounce. 17 ounces in a family-size bag. Just in terms of calories, that's 140 calories per serving. 17 servings. So 2,380 calories. Which is about 2 entire watermelons. Or about 15 pounds of strawberries. The only thing this thread has taught me is that there's no healthy snacks that are even remotely close to being as good as Doritos. I get that you want that crunching sensation, but when I get munchies like that, I go through this ritual of making herbal tea. It comes in so many flavors, no caffeine, and it can be relaxing. Plus, no dirty hands from munching on something. I usually make it hot. Not even crunching per se, just a need for salt, sugar, etc. I just finished a jar of bread and butter pickles and stayed 20 under my calorie limit for the day. Seaweed snacks. High in sodium though, so not the most healthy, but they're low calorie and a little bit crunchy, which helps when I'm craving the crunch of chips. Veggies with either hummus or a yogurt garlic dip. 2 family-size bags of Doritos in 20 minutes. He said healthy. 1 family-size bag of Doritos in 20 minutes. I just ate a Lay's barbecue family-sized bag of chips. Man, I don't think I should be answering this question. Pickles. Like cucumbers but tastier. Still very low calorie. Get a full bag of kale. Preheat the oven to whatever. All the kale in a baking tray. Sprinkle just a little tinkle of olive oil. I substitute with coconut fry light spray when cutting over it. Some salt and garlic and probably some chili flakes. In for 15 minutes. Bam, homemade seaweed that is about 80 calories per tray and so dense with nutrients the only health hazard is being sucked into the oven by its gravity. Brother. I'd go for sliced red and orange peppers. Crunchy, refreshing, and hey, a tiny bit of ranch to go with it can't be too terrible. Tiny though. That is like 80 calories a tablespoon. You might want to give roasted chickpeas a shot, or those dried wasabi peas. If you like nori, you can buy snack packs of seasoned nori sheets. Zucchini chips exist but I've never managed to get them dry without burning them. Turkey pepperoni, but only compared to regular snack meats. They're probably pretty even with Doritos. Celery. Good luck getting calories eating a bag of crunchy water. Pro tip. Celery is actually a net negative calorie snack because you burn calories tossing it all in the trash.